Good Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's Cashflow Digital, now sponsored by Niche Website Builders. Check the link below. Check out what they do. If you want a done-for-you niche website built and you're a lazy bastard like everyone else in the SEO industry, they can do the whole fucking lot. Content, links, website build.
I've ordered a few websites from them. Everything. Solid sites.
Yeah, they do good work. What we'll also be doing going forward is I'm going to grab the guys on a show once a week as well, because they've got fuck tons of data. They've got like 5,000 websites that they've built over the last few years. So they have a lot of information that they can tell us about what's working, what's not. So I'm going to be picking their brains.
I plan to ask all that shit for our event. And then last minute, he's like, oh, we've had an accident and he can't make it. I'm like, oh, shit, I hope everything's all right. He just locked himself out of the Airbnb or whatever. So
yeah, I think he's staying abroad or some fucking thing right now.
He forgot the code. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that, because I was looking forward to, like, what's the tipping point? Like, how much content, how much is a waste of time, and then how much is actually going to generate something. So,
yeah. No, it's interesting, interesting stuff, and the fact that they've got data in that massive scale. I know Mike's a big fan of it. It is very interesting to see or answer a lot of these questions. So it'll be good to pick the brains out of them.
Who's coming on? Which guy? There's a bunch.
Well, we're going to have different guys. So you've got Adam, you've got Mark, who are the two founders, but they're not only going to be the only ones on. We're going to have some of the team on and just pick the.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of ladies working over there as well. Let's have, it's live.
That's not nice. Don't call dudes that.
I didn't say lady boy, and I wasn't referring to you. So.
But yeah, we will have a better logo for them. I've just realised that Mike's white ass background.
Put it back the other way, and they'll see it.
Turn the light, yeah, but then the camera is like right here.
Yeah, but then it's fucking, my camera looks normal, bro.
So you can see the logo.
Now we get half of Craig. I don't know, man. It's pretty close, dude. There you go.
This will work. It's fine.
Yeah,
I have to
like this. But anyway, we've not been on for a couple of weeks due to people traveling and shit like that. Yeah, I'll take the blame.
How's Graceland?
Good, man. I enjoyed it. It was an interesting place. But I tell you what, like, I can't help, after seeing it all, they have literally pimped that guy's ass out. Like, you go in.
They did it before he died. It was sad, but
yeah. But even now, they got like his wallet, his fucking last cup of coffee, his car keys. They're fucking. And you're just.
Did they have the Cadillac over there?
Yeah, big pink Cadillac. They had a whole bunch of cars actually, but it was quite sad when you're there. You're just like, do you know what? This guy has literally had his ass fucking pimped out good and proper.
It's kind of like Brad.
Yeah,
take it.
But whatever works. Yeah. But apparently they make a lot of money. Like, dude,
there's no way they don't. Have they done that with shit? What's the Michael Jackson one?
Nah, they haven't.
Neverland Ranch yet?
Nah.
They're still fucking sanitizing that place.
They are. Like, there's people, I've watched a few videos on YouTube and people go up outside that place, but you can't get in. And I think it recently got sold for like a tenth of what it was worth. But
yeah,
it's interesting to see these things. And
I came to where Abe Lincoln grew up, because he had a cabin in Indiana and Kentucky. So Mabry family vacation when I was fucking young. That's the stuff we got to do.
I was going to go up to see Muhammad Ali's place as well.
Yeah, he didn't exist.
What?
Yeah, he's not real.
Who, Lincoln or Ali?
Both.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Ali's a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but he's not. It's all deep fake.
You get some good chicken in Louisville.
It's all deep fake, dude.
Get yourself a hot brown. That's good too.
Dirk, I'm going to come see you next month, and so is Craig, bro.
Dirk, we're coming to Malta.
I wanted to have Brad there, but...
The place where you can not pronounce last names.
Chimberry.
Dude, you ready to get up there with those 25,000 people looking at your ads, bro?
What do you mean 25,000 people?
I thought you said 30.
30, actually. Yeah, it's 30. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. 30,000. It's in a football stadium, right?
There's multiple stages, yeah. So it's we're not on. It's probably like 400 or 500 on the panel, like with walking traffic behind it.
It's a normal NFG event. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I've done 6,000 before. That's the biggest.
Have you?
Yeah, that
was. Were you dressed? Because you won't be this time.
No, shorts and t-shirt. Dude, I never dressed. That is me dressed up.
No, I'm in clothes.
I'm surprised they let you into Graceland dressed like that.
Come on, man.
Happy dugouts here.
TJ Bowman, Harry Minge is here. Emmanuel. And I'll definitely take you up on that. And yes, our surnames are messed up, man.
Do you know that Borg is the largest surname in Malta?
Borg sounds like Scandinavian to me.
Yeah, it's in a couple countries, I think.
I was at a taco truck the other day, and how many of you had today?
Of these?
Yeah,
just one. I just found it in my bag. I bought them in America and I forgot to take them. Are these good?
They're all right. I prefer a monster because I'm trailer trash.
You're a monster, baby.
Yeah. But speaking of last names, I was at a taco truck. I was getting it, and blonde chick was in there, and she's like, "How do you pronounce your last name, Mabry?" I was like, "I get Mabry or Mabry a lot, though." She's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." I wasn't sure. I didn't want to mispronounce it. She's like, "I've got an odd last name, and people have trouble pronouncing it too." I was like, "What is it?" It's like she said Martinez. I was like, "How the fuck they messed that up?"
Mike,
yeah.
How do you pronounce Muhammad's second name?
I would say Shagor, but I'd say Muhammad Shagor, but I'm not right.
Shagger.
I'm having that one. Good to see you, Muhammad. But what have I missed anyway? What have you guys been up to? Any crazy shit?
Been building shit.
Yeah, just doing some SEO, having fun, you know.
Ever since the event, I've been trying to take my own advice and looking for my next big thing or things is finding businesses that I can either acquire or acquire a piece of and then implant my services into them where I can just focus on that. Everything else is taken care of and then make money that way. I don't need the whole business. I don't want the whole business. I want a piece of it and I want to just focus on lead generation for that specific company and shove leads over to it. So that's what I've been.
You want to fund broker account is what you want to do.
On the what? Broker?
Fund your freaking Ameritrade account.
I got that. That's fun. I'm scared to put anything in it right now. We'll see how Thursday goes. The CPI data comes out, but yeah, that's my big thing is just like being able to focus on a specific thing. What can I do well? And then just keep doing that over and over.
So what do you look for? Are you looking for sites that are already there to buy up that maybe?
I was looking for businesses. Like I found one locally that I'm seriously considering purchasing because the purchase price is low enough to where I could just fucking pay cash for a whole business.
Are you doing the same valuation kind of process that you do with other shit?
Yeah, I haven't dug into this guy's numbers, but I mean, this one's a lower one. So you're going to have to go off of, owner earnings essentially.
This is a to tie into Dirk with what we're talking about right now. That is a great question from so Brad's talking about lead generation, and it's the same as kind of going into an affiliate point of view, in my opinion. When you're going to grab a piece of it and you're going to generate leads, then you're essentially an affiliate, but with points or something. So what are you most interested in? Like what type of, I wouldn't talk about necessarily a market, but his question, if you pull up Dirk's question there says, markets and geos, like, are you looking for a particular type of business, Brad?
The geo is going to depend on the market. So
right.
I need to make sure there's demand in a specific market. One, I need to make sure that something is for sale in that market. Then I need to look at it. And I'm looking for something that is up and running and they're doing exceptionally well at shit that I don't know how to do, that I can come in and kind of take it over. And they're not doing well. with the portions that I can excel at. So, for example, I found a local business here, a service business. They have some retail sales, but primarily it's service, and that could vastly be expanded. So I look at that. I found that. I was like, I wonder what they rank for if I type in market plus or keyword plus Greensboro city. So I did that, and they're like way down there, like number 10. They've got a site that looks like it was made in like 1999. It's probably their first and only design. They don't have the content on there that they need. I could go into the GMB, go into the site, fix that up. It would go up. Do some linking. It would go up. Just doing those, it would pop into the top 3 without a heavy linking campaign. And then you're automatically getting those leads coming in, and then it gradually builds. So.
What's interesting about that too is it's not just something that works with a local market or service-based business. It can be lead gen shop as well. So we took possession of 500 sites in a certain market in a certain country. Yeah. For similar reasons, when these updates happen, sometimes people are having trouble after these updates and they don't really have the capacity to move it forward or ability at the time. So it's an opportunity. The one that we did with the lice, man, that was one that I really would have loved to grab.
I tried to grab that, yeah, because you could just turn that into some type of affiliate site and just rip it. We had a potential client. They really couldn't afford us, so but we had a potential client, and they did lice treatment. Like, you get bugs in your hair all the time, Craig. So but it was lice treatment, and it was like all natural. And they had like a brick and mortar, and when COVID hit, they couldn't sustain the brick and mortar, but that was like where a majority of their business was coming from. But you had this lice expert. One of them was a lice expert, just pumping out content on the blog for years, not optimizing it, just a crap ton. So it didn't cost them anything to do. So Mike and I tried to buy it. But what we wanted to do was, okay, we don't want any of the inventory. Sell it all. What can you sell us the site for? And I don't think they knew how to sell their product. So.
I'm seeing a lot of it right now of like e-commerce and those types of sites that have been hit where they can't be carried a lot anymore. So they're offloading product, they're offloading systems and stuff. But you're talking about sites that have decade or more of brand building and history, where if you're doing SEO right now, you understand that kind of thing is extremely beneficial, and I don't even think they get valued properly in the right in serious marketplaces. I think that they're worth way more than what when you go to purchase a domain, when it will tell you what it's worth. But I know, right? Bro. So like I'm
Don't
seeing
be a vulture, Mike.
I saw a freaking There's sales that are happening that are beneficial to people that are I mean, they're 20 times lower than they should be on the type of domains that they are. And if you have the ability to do it, I think it's a great time. Instead of going in and scooping it up, don't be a vulture like Brad said, maybe, but or like Craig. Offer your services like Brad, dude. Take a percentage, because when Brad says position 10 and does that, I'm like, dude, I know that would take 30 minutes of setup. Like, I mean, there's not a lot of work to do to make money.
Yeah. The only thing keeping me from getting this one is like, I would prefer to have the staff for the core business in place, and they're just not focusing on marketing. They're doing it through old school, organic, word of mouth type stuff. And that's exactly what they're doing. The problem is, the company has exactly 3 employees. One is the owner who wants to retire. He's been in it since 99. That's when he started it. So he, fast forward 20 plus years, he wants to get out. The other one is his son. That dude's not going to stay with the company. And the last one is a guy that I think would stay there. So it's like, I would have to come in, make this other guy like CEO or COO or whatever, and have him help me hire more people, which I didn't really want to do. So that's the only thing kind of holding me back. That, and the real estate's kind of funky. Like, he owns the building, so he's like, well, I can.
Is it the one I know of?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. So yeah, it was just I got a wild hair at my ass. I looked, I was like, oh,
no, Go ahead, Craig.
I was going to say, so you're actually buying up an actual physical business.
This is what I would do. Yeah. Yeah. That comes with the GMB and everything. I actually got the idea because I was reading a book called Buyable and a few weeks ago, and I was looking through it. That plus, I was fresh off of your presentation, all that stuff. So he was talking about a marketing guy bought up a water damage company. I was like, fuck, that would be a good way to get a map listing and something I can't get a map listing in otherwise. So I was like, so he bought the water damage company, blew it up and expanded it and sold it for a huge multiple. But I was like, well, I could do that. But I don't know if I want to do water damage or not. But yeah, this industry could coincide with other shit that I do as well. So
yeah. And onto the market, which markets I actually have lately been letting trending topics kind of flow my research process for discovery into what to build into. I believe that the way that they've set up, the way they built their SERPs and they construct all of this stuff, it's tied directly into that. And there's benefit to chasing that from a ranking standpoint, but also a monetary standpoint. So from a market standpoint, I honestly, like, if you went to the event, I don't know if we're selling any of that Brad's process, but he talked about a part of this process where there's certain types of keywords, and in certain markets, there's certain types of keywords where they're very easy to enter into. And so when you can find those kind of like trending topics that have easy to enter pools of keywords that can associate, those are where I would focus. I mean, I don't think I would want to jump in to something super difficult if I didn't have to. And I would go in, flow in where I absolutely could get in and start the revenue right away, and then let the site expand or let the process expand.
Also, if you have no idea what's good, what's bad, you can also do some testing. So like, if it's something that, you can go to Astoria and get their zip code list that they offer, all those. And you're really thinking about going into market, look at their zip code list, pick out the highest paying zip codes, build in just those areas, see if it generates anything. If it doesn't, you can choose to move on or expand it a little bit to see if you can push it. But do that in multiple industries and then pick one,
Flavia's saying, why not buy an app, grow it and sell? The great thing is, Flavia, you can do it. I do it with affiliate websites, buy and flip them, because that's what I know best. You can do it with a fucking whatever, an app, whatever. But Brad, you can do it with a physical business as well. It just depends on what you're into. If it ties in to what you're doing, like you're saying, Brad, you're not just buying a website, you're buying the GMB, the fucking whole nuts and bolts of a business. So it doesn't always have to just be an app or online real estate, if you like. I think adding in that property or whatever. Certainly,
the only apps that I have on the marketplaces are apps that are tied to websites, and it's easy to turn a website into an app, especially if you're following trend and you're doing media. Then you have an app, and those I have sold a couple apps, but they have been like 4 years ago. But they if you follow trend and you just do the marketing for the site and you're pushing media, it can be turned into a native app very easily. I wouldn't buy apps because I don't know shit about them.
Yeah, that's my problem. And my other big issue with apps is dealing with the developers of apps, which I absolutely fucking hate, because those are the biggest bitches I have ever dealt with in my life.
There's some WordPress plugins that are your friends, bro. Believe me, they're the only way I'd freaking do it, dude.
Yeah.
But a physical business is a pain, Flavia. You've got to play to your strengths. Like Brad's saying, he's got 2 guys bailing out on a potential business there. I couldn't be fucked with the hiring people, which is why
I'm trying to talk a guy to move into Greensboro that can help me out. So if I had that, then it'd be all good.
But it's each to their own, right? If you are interested in hiring people and all that, then fair play, go for that. But Nicholas has a question on SERP shaker sites.
Yes, I do. I don't do analytics often, just because I don't like analytics really, but I just look at GSC.
So when people say are you going to install or implement Google Analytics 4? I take it you're just like, nah, fuck that shit.
I mean, I can put it on, yeah, but I never look at it. I mean,
it's not, yeah. It should be gathered, but the better data comes out of better stuff anyways. Like they encrypt too much shit.
I am glad I'm not the only one that thinks like that. I very rarely look at analytics.
Why? I mean, it means nothing unless you're actively running a marketing campaign and trying to decide what like you're actually doing analytics. Like I don't see why we would pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, if you're selling it, a lot of times they like to see analytics, but ultimately, I just care about the money at that point. You know, I look at call rail or call volume, and like if something stops producing, something is wrong with that particular property, and I go investigate it. So,
Dirk has another question. Do you guys flip domains as part of the business? If so, how complex do you get? Do you do a simple restore and see what sticks, or do you rebuild the content and site structure? How do you?
If it were me, I would just build it as like a cash generating website. So I would build it that way, build it out. I would get the original content on there first, build it out the way I normally do, have it start generating calls if I'm going to flip it at some point, then I do. But flipping is not typically my primary objective. So yeah, I would build them out.
The thing for me, Dirk, is I've got to scale the website up in order to flip it for a lot more money. So it's not a case of grabbing a domain and slapping the Wayback Machine up. That's not going to generate a huge amount of revenue. So from there, obviously that's the first part of the process, but from there it would be rebuilt and potentially a lot more content added on, and then potentially flip it on. So it's a bit of hard work and effort. Not on my part. I just
someone's effort.
Be clear about it. Be clear, not on my part. I don't have to. Not on my part either. Shit.
No, people say it like when do you get time to do all this and you're sitting chatting shit on YouTube? My job is not to fucking sit here writing content or build out websites. Fuck that. I've been there, done that bitch work. So that's someone else's job now. So you've got to make that part clear, because people say, Craig, you must be talking shit. You do this, you do that. I'm just making money work for me. If I invest 10 grand into something, someone else can fucking fix it all up and do what they need to do. So it's one of those things. I'm not doing it. I'm just allocating money to different projects.
For this down here, this question, I would recommend restoring content and letting that be there, but also then grow. Like Craig said, you're growing that, and as you restore that, if you're doing everything right now, it's going to tell you where to build. And if you know what the money is, and you have a process where you have someone going in every day and looking to see where growth is coming in, and then you maximize off of the growth that's coming in naturally, you can grow it without a ton of effort, especially if you put someone else on it. And so today, just before the call, I was assigning work to people, and their job is to go in and look what the fucking changes are.
I need to check
and maximize.
I need to check. What program do we use again? Not Stripe. We need to check Slack to see if you assign me.
What program do we use again?
Yeah.
I actually have to get it rolling now because I had there's a huge, I think we might have sold the volume, dude. Like, no joke. Yeah, fucking so nice, bro. I'm like, yes, dude.
Couple honey a day, yeah.
Dude, it's stupid. Yeah.
Madge, good to see you, mate. But there's guys, put your questions in the chat, because we don't want Mike.
Yeah, I can just sit here.
Yeah.
I have
I have a question for people in the audience, because it's pissing me off. I'm noticing that when there's growth in the sites that I'm growing, that Google is pulling the data and won't deliver the data based on certain parameters through the console and shit. And I am seeing shit freezing and hanging based on console. And I'm wondering if since the 26th, anyone else out there has noticed something like that. It seems a lot more since September 26th after they announced some shit. And it's fucking frustrating me, man. Like, every time there's a significant growth in a cluster or page, whatever, the data is being removed out of these accounts, and then it will come back in later. But it's fucking my processes up right now. It's bothering me.
I don't look that close.
I do. I'm just gay. Sorry.
Well,
Mike's a freak for.
They've got camps for that, Mike.
They do.
It's like Big Ted Kibitis. He's engrossed in his data and shit like that.
Yeah.
So.
How many data points does Cora download?
It's up to something like 3,000 or some shit, dude.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a lot of data.
Insane. I'm actually due to jump on a call with him. He's like, Craig, jump on a call with me. I want to show you.
That motherfucker will start talking about time travel and shit.
But it's true though. You can speed fucking time up in SEO right now. Like no joke. You can fucking speed up time, dude. It's fucking crazy, bro. And so when he talks about time travel, I would listen if you can, because it's hard. If you can't, it's hard to sometimes to focus on. But you absolutely can speed time up. Someone from the event, we were doing some. Actually, there's a couple people. We were doing some things, and I pointed out a couple things on the sites and. When they do implement, like it's literally the fucking it speeds time up, dude. It's fucking crazy what's happening right now, dude. But it's cool. I enjoy it and it makes money. So
Duck has a question, Mike. Are you seeing these data anomalies in the analytics as well?
I don't really pay attention there. I should cross-check it. I'll ask someone to look at it.
I should cross-check. Okay, I want to look at it. Yeah.
I got this thing. I literally sent a message before this. I'm like, look, we need to figure out why what these values mean here. And I said, please do it. I'm trying not to spend time on rabbit holes, dude. I'm trying not to. Not successful.
Every time I Skype message him, I get at least 3 rabbit holes sent back at me.
So you just don't Skype message him anymore?
No, we do. Yeah. No, I'm pretty good at compiling and consolidating.
I will send 1,000 messages by the time someone sends 10. So
I'll send one back.
Flux capacitor SEO. That's a new one. What one of you made that one up?
Right.
It's time travel.
Yep. That is from Back to the Future.
Flux capacitor SEO.
That's the thing.
It's the thing that makes the car travel back in time.
80 miles. Have you never seen those movies?
Nah, I can't. I hate that fucking guy that's in it.
Michael Fox.
No, the other one.
Doc
Christopher
Brown.
Lloyd.
Yeah.
I like Christopher Lloyd in that. You know, he's in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, dude. That's a badass movie, dude.
That is, yeah.
That is one of my favorite films ever.
With Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. Do you know what?
He does good.
God's honest truth. I was sitting in that mastermind mansion and I thought.
You felt like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
I felt like I was the Jack Nicholson and them all were fucking maniacs.
That's what it looks like in that fucking place. You got Keith dancing around. I've never met him in person. So
he's crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, he seems wild.
I mean, in a positive, great way.
He seems very positively wild, yeah.
But dude, honestly, I think the next time I go to one of these, I'm going to take a fucking camera crew because I reckon you could make a film out of this shit, man.
Oh, I've always said that you could tell a really good book or a movie about the internet, dude. About the
these guys are fucking just maniacs, and don't get me wrong. Do you know what's a bad day? When me and Jordan Pierce are sitting there being the same guys. Me and Jordan are sitting there like, what the fuck? So
I just go to events and sit there, and everyone's scared to talk to me.
Yeah, you've just got that bad guy kind of bitch look.
Little bitch. I need a shirt.
You guys mentioned an indexing service. It's sinbyte.com.
Sinful bite.
Sinful bite. The Shining could be worse. Could be, but Jack Nicholson's one of my favorite actors.
I like The Shining. I never fucking like it. Like, it still doesn't make sense to me, the ending, but you've always been the caretaker. It's like, what the fuck?
What about that other one he's in it with Adam Sandler? And
Anger Management?
Yeah, that's
pretty good. I've seen that sometimes. Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter, but with time, this guy's fucking.
I've never seen the one where he's is it Lowrider, where he's the motorcycle guy? I've never seen that one. That's an older one that he has. Yeah.
No, that's
Easy Rider.
Easy Rider. That's a fucking badass flick,
I
dude.
heard it's badass, but I've never seen it. I need to check it out.
Hippie motorcycle riders getting shot and shooting.
Yeah.
Flavia wants to know, what SEO tools do you use that you're allowed
SERP
to?
Shaker, Cognitive, and Ahrefs is like my main three. That's it.
I think I'm in probably
Stinks.
There's titties.
Titties. I tried everything you suggested, nothing worked.
Good, it didn't work for us either.
Or new advice, dude. Quick.
I'll give you some advice. Don't listen to us.
Don't eat yellow snow.
Yeah, that too.
That's good advice, dude.
But yeah, titties has not been on in a while.
What's going on in the news? If no one's asking questions, I'm going to go read Search Engine Journal.
I just started a SEO auto blog, and it's pulling from like Ahrefs and shit. SEO news.
Did you?
Yeah,
I did too.
it was like a localized site, but I needed a blog rule on it because there was a blog rule on the theme. So.
What did I do? The last one I did was it was like some random CMS for e-commerce in a random ass country with like 5 clients, dude. I'm like, there's news on it. Let's go.
This one pulled straight from Ahrefs. It looks good.
You just get that in Fiverr?
No, I did it myself. It's a plugin. 10 local online marketing tips.
Dark side of link building.
Is there a dark side? It's where you hack a site and put your link in there, right?
The thing about black hat is that they sometimes work really well. That is until they don't.
No, they do. The real black hat ones work exceptionally well.
They work because the real black hat ones are what the fucking people are begging for.
It's I actually did an email today from someone asking for white hat SEO links, whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean. Yeah, I just ignored it, obviously. But
no, it's an ebook. No.
Lex Gabriz, good to see you, Lex.
What do we got?
The dark side of link building.
You know what's funny is that people think that this shit is like super difficult, but we, your country or next to you in pharma, like watching like SERPs just go and pages that you push the process into just fucking move like in a month for fucking top tier fucking purchase commercial keywords in pharmacy. It is crazy. I think Google's done a really good job of kind of shifting the fact that if you really do want to do SEO and succeed, you're actually going to end up following a lot of their guidelines anyways, dude. And we really have, because like back in the day, I remember like we were just fucking creating a bunch of fucking nonsense. You can do a lot of nonsense still, but it usually ends up making more money if you actually do something that looks pretty decent for the user.
Back in the day, it was quantity over quality, essentially. Now it's, I mean, you kind of got to pay attention to it. Now you can just use your head. Like I remember before I knew that shit existed that would go out and build links for me, I was hand building 2.0s and stuff, and like ordering articles from I Need Articles and shit like that. And like posting those by hand. It took forever, but it fucking worked. But then I figured out GSA existed and I could just blast shit until it stopped.
Were you guys around when Blog and Ping was like fucking the shit, when it worked extremely well? That shit was amazing, dude. Like I just had scripts creating like Blogger and all that shit all day long, dude. Just dropping link, and ping, dude. Still kind of the same process as it is, but like
when Mass Page first came out, I was like, what the fuck? Like I don't have to build links, and I'm like, I would just like throw shit out and then get it indexed as quick as possible. And I'm taking over page 1 for like this turn, and then you turn on the cloaker and automatically start like rolling in. It was insane. It's like talking to Brian Prinz back in the day when he first developed, or he and Don developed it, but developed Lead Gadget. Yeah, he's like, that's why we called it the ATM machine, because you could just turn it on. I'd do like 5 sites and be making like a couple $100 a day. So I'd do 5 sites the next day and 5 sites the next. It's just insane. So.
White text on white background. Dude, I still have code on sites that like literally is hiding text like that and freaking using images and screen reader type shit to just shove data in that are just massive authorities now. It's kind of funny what happens when you find those old links you have that are like a spammed out fucking forum page that Google's decided is a fucking seed for something, and it's just this is a hilarious.
Just because it's been around so long.
Stupid. Funny.
Titties is asking a question.
He heard
Doing
something about
the
the
site
site
search.
search.
If the links you see don't have a date, the page is not indexed, shadow banned.
I'd have to check. I'm interested. I could tell you one right now. Let me look. If I'll know when it's. Let's see. What is that domain? You mean date where, like in the more information or what, dude?
Or in the SERP.
I mean, I'm looking at none of my fucking pages have fucking dates on them. So I don't know what he's asking. Yeah, no, I would say that's full of shit if that's what they're saying.
But we don't know anything, Stiggs.
I check the SERPs for everything is what I'm saying, and I'm telling you right now, no, not what I'm seeing.
It will show up, but not have a date.
I'm telling you, like, I don't know what country or what device. Maybe we're on a different device because I don't have dates on any of my shit in what I'm in right now. So, not sure what you mean, dude.
So,
what device? Mobile, desktop.
Let us know, Stiggies.
Let's see. I'll check on.
Do you know what I heard as well while we're waiting? It was on a thread on Builder Society. A couple of people come up to me at a couple of the events, and they're like, "Yeah, man, listen to your show every Tuesday. You make amazing background noise."
Background noise? You make background noise?
I'm talking about you guys as well.
Oh yeah, just not talking about anything.
In the background, we don't talk. So any of those listening to the background noise,
fuck off.
Do I see what they're doing here?
They were trying to resurrect an aged domain.
I don't think that's necessarily a. Let me see what that page is, and I'll just tell you if there's conversion on it, and I'll tell you if it's true or not. At
the events you went to, what was the topic of the best presentation you saw, Greg?
Topic of the best presentation.
Yeah, you don't have to go into it. You could spill the beans, but I don't know if you got anything good. It was all shit. That's what I figured. I'll tell them that you said.
Nah, there was some interesting stuff. So
anything useful, or
yeah.
is it just interesting but incomplete?
No, there was some interesting, useful stuff. So Big Ted Kabaitis, obviously a data freak.
Yeah.
And he was talking about link building and how he doesn't build links the way that he used to. Now, his theory is he can rank for a reasonably competitive keyword. So he analyzes all this shit with Coda, right? Now, he asked the audience, how many links does it take to an inner page to rank for a kind of reasonably competitive keyword?
No.
Now, the answer was between 200 and 500 links to that page. Now, so as far as he's concerned, through all the data, referring domains is one of the most important things. So he thinks a good PR blast to your inner page is better than just building a whole bunch of tiered links, because you're only going to have like 20 referring domains if you get 5 guest posts, 10 edits, and then powering all that shit up. He's seen a big thing on the referring domains part. Now, I'm not sure how true that is. It's something
I think. What can you start it? I'll go back to the thing because I have information on what was said. Yeah. So who said this about the PR versus links? Because I see some truth.
It was Ted Kabatas.
And he said that a good PR blast over building backlinks
because you get the referring domains.
So a good PR blast over most marketplace backlinks, I think I could agree with, for not necessarily just the referring domain thing. I don't know if I correlated to only the referring domains, but I see why he says that. The rest of it, I would say that if you're doing the linking properly and you're getting and you're actually doing what the PR does, like there's a reason why PR is doing that, and it has to do with what you can do it with guest posts too, if you are smart about the sites you're posting on and actually posting there for a reason. And the reason is not what people think of topical or having traffic or anything. There's specific reasons why this shit works and how to enhance your profiles. So PR, I can see that absolutely being the case if it is a real release. The issue is you're going to lose out on the maturity eventually because those only last 30 to 90 days.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what about them falling off?
From a small like upfront boost right away, I probably would see that being potentially possible based on what you're building for your link profiles. But from a maturity standpoint and a year down the road, I think you're losing on a lot of stuff unless you take into consideration that the news is going to get you links to the page, like digital PR, like you're using it to actually get the short-term boost with the long-term maturity, basically. Like, so yeah, you could be absolutely right. There's a lot more to it, in my opinion, than what is just there. But yeah, I see why he's saying it.
But nah, he was interested. Holly had some interesting stuff with QR codes, both from a spammy as fuck point of view and an indexation point of view, because they've got to render the full thing, make sure shit gets indexed quicker. There was a whole bunch of stuff, all sorts of weird and wonderful little things, but I don't want to say too much because I'm not sure how much of that I'm supposed to share. But
no, I hear you, dude. It's funny.
I didn't sign an NDA, so you don't have to worry about it.
I spent 40 cents yesterday, and literally for the full like location for a major city in the US took the whole fucking cluster. It was fucking hilarious, actually. I got to show you, dude. And it's pulling back like to like old school shit, bro. Like straight up like back to the AdSense kind of days with similar tactics, bro. And literally like bang overnight. It's just funny what's happening right now. So I see why they are saying why that is a way to focus. But what's that?
The chat 69 that keeps spamming. Craig's deleting them, and then Stiggs comes in behind. It's like, oh, thanks, sweet.
Well, I can say right now, from an age domain, I did not. I could look at an age domain. This is an aged domain, but not one that was recently expired.
Is this an aged domain?
What's that?
This is an aged domain.
Yeah, the one that I was looking at has age. Yeah.
It's a domain.
It's a domain
with exactly. Age. Okay, I got you.
But it doesn't have a date in any devices I checked, and it does have traffic and conversion. So I think they're correlating something that they're not really aware of what's going on. To be honest, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know what the details are, but I would say that's a no. And the
way I build, I usually let them sit for a little bit, so I wouldn't know about the sandbox that he's maybe potentially saying. How long has your age domain been up and running since you purchased it or set it up or whatever? Has it been up a while, Mike?
Yeah, they have to sit. You need to let it mature.
Yeah, that's it. I do it just because I forget about them and come back to them usually. But
try out Magi's PR service. It is good, Loud Egg. TJ Bowman. How many different domain sites do you guys have that generate notable revenue? As a single site affiliate site owner who's early in his career, I'm curious of the scale and diversification. So realistically, how many sites make you real money? I know you guys.
Each site I throw up makes a minimum. I want to say on a low end 300. That's straight up like just throwing SERP shaker on it. And then the upper end ones make 10+ K a month.
I saw a site. I was looking at a site in my portfolio or whatever, in my domain shit, and it made like $300 last year. But it cost
$10 to register, right? Yeah.
That hosting's like non-existent, honestly, and marketing's non-existent. So
yeah, so it just depends on what you're doing. I go pretty I like to continually build. In case one goes down, I'll have another one to back it up, and it's just your stacking. But yeah, and I go into niches that allow me to do that. But from an affiliate perspective, I have no idea. That's just from PPL.
Yeah, David's comment, I know what you're talking about. It's not what I'm seeing with this. It could be that it's sped up because of their issue. Very specific to the cluster. And it's not, I don't even know if I mean, yeah, they probably have some issues, but I think they're doing something right now. I think they're updating something, is what I'll say. I think that they're hiding a couple things, and I'm pretty sure I figured out what they're trying to fucking tweak around on. I mean, it's very interesting. I would like to, if I can get a hold of you, dude, I want to know if you're seeing it in particular things. But if you're talking about the one that was announced that everyone's talking about, it seems different. Gut says it's different, but I could be wrong.
How do you mod someone? I don't know how to mod someone because I'm using StreamYard to do this shit. So
yeah, I don't think you can, man.
I don't think I can, but maybe you could ping it to one of his privately on Facebook or some shit. And you can have a look. Live out any new YouTube tricks discovered at SEO Underground. I got a few tricks from a certain Miss Starks. So I was lucky enough to have a plane journey with Holly from Nashville over to London and then spent a bit of time with her. So always good.
It's been rough for Live IRL fan. Look how much he's aged.
Yeah, no doubt, dude.
Jesus, dude, are you all right?
Yeah.
I would go over and follow Rue over at Claim Social Authority. That guy is he's probably one of the best people with YouTube that I've fucking ever met, man. And he does guides and stuff. He's a solid dude, man.
Social Authority.
Yeah, Claim Social Authority.
I'm going to check that guy out myself. But Holly gave me a few tips, but obviously not for public consumption. Don't want her kicking my ass, so
she could.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't fight back with Holly. Mm-hmm.
Her and Chris. Chris will stab you too.
Chris is a nice guy. I'll tell you a funny story. I'll tell you a funny story about Chris.
He went over there, right? To the
Yeah. He was there. So
Chitty wants you to check his email, bro.
Check your email. Craig, check email. Give me a sec. Stiggs. Right, so I'm going to put this up in the chat. I was hoping to catch Stiggs. Stiggs is in his fucking email as well. That's the link there. Mike.
What's Builder Society?
God knows.
It's a home renovation site.
I'll tell you the story about Chris while you're looking this up, Mike. So we're sitting at the bar and everyone's drinking and whatever. And this random barman comes up to us and he's got a strawberry daiquiri.
Fred is gone.
And he says...
No, maybe not. Maybe there's a miss. Go ahead. Sorry.
He says to Chris, this is for you. So Chris takes it and sits with the strawberry daiquiri and he starts fucking necking half of it. And we're like, Chris, like, is that actually for you? Did you order that? He said, nah, I never ordered it. And I'm like, so someone sent over a fucking drink. You don't know what's in that and you're just accepting it. And he went, oh shit. Anyway, about 20 minutes later, Chris has necked this fucking whole thing and the guy comes up and he says, hey dude, how was the strawberry daiquiri? And he says, yeah, it was all right. And the guy said, why did you say it was yours? Like, and Chris went, I never said it was mine. And he said, but you accepted the drink from me. He says, you're going to have to pay for that. Like, it was meant for someone else. This was the barman. He's like, you can't just fucking take someone else's drink and neck it.
Be like, you gave it to me, fucker.
Yeah. So Chris is sitting there like, what the fuck? And the guy says, so why did you fucking take it from me? He went, I just thought you were offering them up, dude.
That's Chris.
He just thought the guy was offering them up. But yeah, he's like, just stick it in my fucking room. He never got a freebie in the end, but he just thought the guy was offering up fucking strawberry daiquiris. He's a fucking
just
crazy
out of the
guy.
kindness of his heart. He does that with SEO guides too.
Live F1 fan, dude. Yeah, Rue is fucking good, man. He does more than what he sells too. That's the interesting thing. He does
roofied himself.
So what was the conclusion of this?
It's not there, it's down.
It's down. Fuck's sake. It's down. But I was just checking my email in case there was a typo. So Chris got roofied. He didn't quite get roofied, but nearly. Local rank booster, don't get me started. And CSA works for search and a bit overpriced. So yeah, they were talking about someone was mentioning YouTube Evolution and Google News websites. I've never heard of YouTube Evolution at all, but hey, CSA only works for search and a bit overpriced. And what I like about
what are you sharing in the GMB Pros thing that Willie's offering?
What am I sharing?
Yeah.
I'm not sharing anything. I'm not in it, am I?
Your picture is? GMB Pro special offer starts at $10, goes up $1 sale. Get it here. Gain access to collection of SEO courses to guide you from the ground up. GMB Pro bundle. You, Holly,
entity, baby.
Brock, Chris is there. Willie, Peacock, a few others.
Peacock, Tony, huh?
I've been in a couple of his private
That's
sessions.
probably what it is.
Yeah, you probably have a video.
It's only $23.
But yeah, I'm not sure what I fucking said in there now. Someone actually asked me yesterday, they're like, dude, what did you talk about at Brad and Mike's thing? And I'm like, I don't fucking know.
You know, Vulture.
What you talked about, fool?
You talked about the same goddamn thing at the mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all you talk about. You don't shut up about it.
Exactly. By the way, Mike, that link is working.
Live. Rue's gonna push his suggested out. I think, dude, he's got a solid process for suggested, dude. Like, it's stupid, fucking the way he does his stuff, the what he knows. I'm telling you, the guy is probably the best that I've seen. I see him hit viral all the time and trend all the fucking time for fucking big shit. So it's crazy.
But yeah, mate, I put that link in again. I don't know if that works for you now, but it works mine.
Yeah, it works. The second one did.
That's because the one that was before didn't have six. It didn't have the 675 on it, bro.
Yeah, that was
it. That might have been me fucking copying and pasting it wrong, man.
Whoever.
I'll blame Stiggs.
I know it was. It's Stiggs' fault. He never had the 675 on it.
It's more of a right-wing swearing on this one, not a liberal one.
Premium domain around 4K, far better brand name. Everything you got trouble match too. Change the later.
I want to know who Stiggs really is.
This domain that they used,
Mr. Rogers,
did not have any content on it, dude. They're literally, it looks like they're literally trying to just by reading the premium domain when first read as 2002 doesn't look like used for anything other than hosting a website for sale page. So that's not a premium domain in my head, dude.
Is a premium domain name as someone might buy it because of the domain name at some point.
Yeah. It's just a domainer domain. I figured it could help. Yeah. This person doesn't know what they're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
They're talking about DA. They're pushing it for DA, so I'm not going to bother reading anymore.
Push past the handle, Mikey.
Push. I'm just reading what he said. And I don't want to read anymore after reading that.
Oh man. Lexicon all over the site is more important than you use it all very well on one page.
What? Yeah, I would do that.
Who's Lexicon? I'm only kidding. I know you guys use that.
She's a dancer, I know.
Oh man. Oh, you guys crack me up.
They probably didn't do a change of. They didn't even talk about a change of address in here, dude. Like they don't. It's just nonsense thread. Sorry. No, I wouldn't listen to anything they're saying, dude, because no one mentioned the fact that they didn't do a change of address, and there's nothing there anyways. Like you can't compare a one-page domain to moving a. Let's just say it this way: you can move domains and have everything shift over if you do it properly. And they didn't do it properly in that thread. So they didn't mention doing a change of address in console. They didn't mention a lot of things that they should have mentioned. So I wouldn't worry too much, because when I checked everything I looked at, those dates have nothing to do with shadow band or whatever karate bands are out there.
Cobra Kai band.
Contraband.
That's what that's what you had in your butt on the way over back to England, isn't it?
Dude,
You had a pink Cadillac.
So I could get an anal cavity search.
Yeah, twice.
I
one on the plane with Holly, and then one going into customs.
Fucking right.
Let's say this. Yes, expired domains, you can never get benefit from them. Stop buying them.
Mm-hmm. Leave them all for us.
Don't buy expired domains.
Yeah, just buy new.
Brand new.
Mm-hmm. Exact match domains.
They don't value their experience.
Mm-hmm. No one values my experience.
I don't value yours either, dude.
I'm
not saying Builder Society, because I don't know who that is, but that thread in there, I don't value what they're saying because they missed some key points. So
doesn't everyone though?
Miss key points?
Yeah.
On purpose, yeah. I don't know. You don't miss them if you don't know them, right?
Exactly. That's exactly. Hear a story and just run with it. That's what I normally do.
Mm-hmm. Usually when I say stuff, people go, at the last point, they go, oh, I can agree with that. The rest of it, no. I'm doing circles around your face with my mouse, Brad.
Good. No one listens to me, so they don't know if they agree or not.
No one wants to agree.
Mm-hmm.
But
feels wrong.
Guys, you're handsome.
So, Mike, what's happening in Malta? What the fuck is happening?
So, casino,
crypto too, right?
What's that?
Crypto too, right?
Yeah, crypto, casino, and CBD. So it's a international. This is the European version. They did one in Toronto. They do one like in South America, Canada.
Did they do US
events a year? No US yet. North America.
Tell them to do one in the Eastern time zone.
We are actually, on that note, I was going to ask if it's cool if Adrian comes on next Tuesday to chat about that shit. Can we do that? Brad, he's not, you can't stab.
Yeah. He might track my location though.
Bro,
I see him come up like a ladder.
Check the files that he sends you, bro.
Yeah. Double click them, download them, install.
No, yeah, but yeah, no, it's a 5-day event. It is for those restricted markets. Actually, I've been doing a lot in CBD lately.
No rehab.
No rehab. It is just the main focus is the CBD, crypto, and casino gaming industries. Dude, titties. And we're doing. Kyle's going to be there. Stephen King is going to be there. You're going to be there. I'm going to be there. Adrian will be there. Brad, I want you to go, but you won't go. But so Brad,
I never get invited to shit like that.
I invited you, dude.
I didn't get an invite
there. I want to go see.
I can't go to Malta. I would never come back,
dude. Yeah,
for multiple reasons.
Like I'm talking to people that are going out there and like they're planning like a wild vacation, bro. Like it's freaking hilarious. Like people are going a little. But,
how long are you staying there for? They're basically booking me a flight out of there on the 18th.
Yeah, that's kind of what they're flying me for I think flying me in the 13th or 14th and flying.
Did you book your return flight? Because neither of you fuckers are coming home. You're going to stay in Malta in a cage.
I just agreed to my flight home today. She's like, "Is this cool?" the 18th, like I have to fly to fucking Germany to get back to the UK. There's no direct fucking flights, but hey.
I don't know direct flights.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck is that?
Brad's
dog? Yeah, what's that?
So the
Sigma World, it's the tickets are pretty fucking affordable.
Be an interesting one. I've heard good things. Can I come? Daniel Waite says, by all means. And AMW,
yep,
actually me and Paul. So I'm not sure who Paul is, but
Paul is Eddie.
Bloody hell. Who's that? Who's Eddie Stiggs?
Eddie's Paul.
Right, I'm getting confused.
You'll meet him.
But Sigma, is it Sigma? What's the website? Sigma World.
Yeah, Sigma World, I think, is what it is. Yeah, Sigma World, and it's the Europe event.
Someone walking out in the neighbor's yard.
14th to the 18th. I'll put a link in the chat.
It sounds like Steven's got some really cool stuff that he's never talked about going on right now too, that ties into a lot of what I think that most people we know are doing. It should be a good time.
His stuff in Anaheim was good from what I remember.
Yeah, Steven is he's a critical thinker, man. He does a good
he's
job.
out there, but his stuff's good.
Yeah.
Stephen Kang.
I mean, it's a different way of thinking.
Oh no, yeah, he definitely thinks it's unique. Yeah, Alex, Stephen Kang.
The main hotel is full, but plenty more stuff. I'm assuming their rooms are all snuffled, Mike.
Yeah, she said that she'll give us the room details later.
Cool.
Here. I'm looking forward to that, dude. It's a nice hotel, man.
So it should be fun if you want to catch us there. Sigma.world. Kyle Roof is also going to be there. Stephen Kang.
How was his presentation? Was he at SE Underground?
He wasn't at SE Underground. He was at Nashville.
Nashville? Yeah. This is always pretty interesting.
He got a lot of good feedback from it. So I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch it.
No, you were in a chair with something shoved up your nose.
No, dude, well, we're pretending. So that one final funny story.
And just like I pretended to fall asleep in a bathtub in Nashville.
Dude, there was Kyle Roof's got these fucking CBD gummies, which are really fucking strong. So someone was like, oh, take half of one, they're really fucking strong. So I also had Haribo's in my room. So I'd grabbed Kyle's bottle of gummies, and it was this chick, and she's like, Craig, if you've never took a gummy, please only take half of one. You'll end up with your fucking face. So this girl's, Steve Toth was talking. So this girl's sitting in the front row, and I just putting in the Haribo's in my mouth. Like I put 5 of them in, and she was shitting her fucking pants. She's like, oh my God. So she created a group chat with Holly.
Is that when you started chugging the vodka?
Yeah. But this chick thought I was going to have a fucking heart attack. So she walked out the middle of Steve Toth's talk to come and see me. And she's like, Craig, if there's anything wrong with your heart, fucking tell me. I'll phone an ambulance and all that shit. But she didn't realize I was eating fucking normal Haribo's. So Victoria fell for that one. But that's when
Gummy's Haribo's. I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about, dude?
But when I was sitting outside, they were like fanning me. They had a cloth in my head. I had fucking things up my nostrils, kidding on. I was like fucking half dead, and she was proper panicking. But just all to get a wee reaction out of her. So it was fun.
It worked.
Yeah.
We've gone way too long today.
Yeah.
3 minutes over. We start charging after an hour, don't we?
Yeah.
I hope Stig's got some useful information out of it. I doubt it, though.
He needs his one now. Go ahead. Sorry.
If you want useful information, check out Niche Website Builders. Up there. We will have a bigger logo for next week. But,
No.
But on that note, and yes, Haribo. That is the ones.
Yeah, I was tripping out too, man. I'm like, what is this Scottish dude talk? I was eating normal Haribo's.
Hannibal's. I don't know.
Is that like freaking blood sausage or some shit?
Are you talking about just normal gummy bears?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, on that note, guys, Catch you next week. See you
Fruitfulness.
later.